Hey, so we have a problem in this country.
It costs twice as much to fill my tank up. No, the fuck it doesn't. Gas went up a fucking $1. It didn't double. So the math ain't fucking mathing. Explain to me how it doubled, but gas went up $1.
And it is exactly this.
No gun-free zones.
Okay, so more guns.
Yep. Can't fight fire with water. You gotta fight fire with fire.
You can't fight fire with water?
Yeah. Depends on what's in the fire.
They specifically do fight fire with water.
Yeah.
It is the support that the president has, no matter what.
I don't stand for the LGBTQ community, and I believe, Kamala Harris paying for prisoners to get sex changes, change their bodies the way God made them, is not Christian. And I believe in God solely for that. I'm voting Republican. Doesn't matter if it was Donald Trump or anybody else.
Can I show you something? Since you just said that, I'm going to show you something, and you tell me what you think.
Have you seen this ad? Donald Trump is spending millions attacking Kamala Harris on a desperate lie. Taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners and illegal aliens is a Trump administration policy. He's attacking Kamala Harris for his own record, and he thinks you're too dumb to get it.
It is a Trump policy. She's saying that she supports the law, but you don't believe that?
No, I do not.
Yeah.
I've never seen Trump standing up on national TV supporting it or talking about this. He was issuing them to be able to do it. She was the one that gave them the permission and made it happen possible for them to be able to get this transitional surgeries. Go Trump and Vance.
I know.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
It's also his ability to just flat out lie to his base over and over again.
We have a president who is competent, and he has a grasp on the economy and what is happening, and he knows how to fix it after 4 years of destruction.
Tariffs are working?
I mean, it's a no-brainer for me.
And what do? They don't think critically. They don't have one iota of awareness to think, maybe I should fact check that. Nope. It's them completely going along with every word he says.
When the wise men came and asked Herod, said, hey, where is the young babe? Herod was like, well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, all that aside, he was born in Palestine, so he agrees Palestinian. We agree with that?
No, he was Hebrew.
He was Palestinian.
No, Hebrew.
Hebrew is not...
Palestine was not established until...
No, it was.
Palestine was not established until the 1900s.
He did not apply for visas. He never came in through any country legally.
Well, you're trying to apply today's
and the Bible says what you do to the least of these, you've done to me. If people come to our country and we don't give them home, we don't give them food, we don't give them water, we don't help them, then that's the same. It's not. If Jesus was here right now, would you let him in?
Of course I would.
Why?
As long as he went through the proper,
as long as he came here legally. As long as Jesus Christ came to this country legally, we would let him in.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. No, thank you.
And look, we are now 2 terms in. This man has not left our sights in over a decade. At this point, it just feels somewhat robotic.
In my understanding, I think that the leftist party is assassinating conservatives.
Can you define what you mean by leftist party?
Yeah, so we have Kamala Harris calling Trump supporters fascists, Biden calling Trump supporters fascists. When you have these big leaders calling individuals fascist, and then that is getting tagged on to conservatives as a whole. And then you want to talk about the...
Can I ask you, is your position that people in power should not be calling the opposition party fascists or Gestapo or Hitler? Donald Trump called Kamala Harris and Joe Biden a fascist a dozen times throughout the campaign trail. He called them Gestapo, and only one politician has called Donald Trump Hitler, and it's J.D. Vance.
When you are attaching the term fascist, you're talking about Nazis. You're talking about specifically Nazis. And when they say oppression...
Not just Nazis.
I'm saying specifically for what I'm saying. The suppression of the opposition, when they're calling Trump Hitler, they're calling conservatives...
Who's they? J.D. Vance?
I'm sorry, leftist. When the leftist...
Which leftist politician? Can you name one?
I think you're moving the goalpost here.
Wait, no. Can you name one leftist politician who has called Trump Hitler?
It's every single... It's like...
So you shouldn't be throwing this out when no leftist politicians have actually called Trump Hitler.
And you're throwing out the term fascism.
Is saying that an election was stolen when it wasn't fascism? Wait, do you think the 2020 election was stolen?
I don't know.
You don't know.
And one lever that MAGA, mainly the administration, continues to pull is the influence they have on independent media. What exactly do I mean by that? Here's one example.
You don't go in depth with the serious stuff and actually like learn about this stuff, and you opine about it,
From
which,
reading
it's
the
your,
news.
well, but you're not reading it very well because
I'm just reading what the paragraph says. Here's CNBC. Trust fund reserves used to pay beneficiaries are projected to become insolvent by 2035.
Well, what does that mean?
Only that what comes in is able to go out.
Okay. And so what's the cuts on that?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, what comes in, what goes out. So like, all right.
You have to increase taxes or increase the worker load.
Right. Not the worker load, but the
amount of
trust,
workers.
What when the trust fund runs out, what will payments be?
I don't know.
Okay. That's a pretty important aspect of this, right? I mean, this is the incuriosity that you have about
what's
the
incurious about it.
You're not interested in what that means?
I read the news and I made an assessment about it, as I tend to do.
Yeah, I think you need to, on some of these bigger issues, you've clearly gone very deep into the Civil War thing, which we both agree has a very low chance of happening, somewhere above zero.
We don't really talk about Social Security all that often. I think like 3 or 4 times.
It's the most important function of our government.
The reason I say this is because there seems to be an indication that on some level, if not every level, they're not independent at all.
I gotta be honest, it seems to me that he is the only one standing between us and the complete loss of free and fair elections. I used to think that Trump was insane for suggesting that the 2020 election was stolen, and now I'm actually not so sure. Because these animals in California are not just changing election law, they're changing what elections actually are.
And look, while there are some who may have defected,
they adopted bro culture. Yeah. The things I was into 10 years ago, the same people I used to follow online. Yeah. I used to be a big Joe Rogan fan. Who else is there? Bradley Martin. And they adopted bro culture. People who don't even know they're taking in right-wing ideology.
Well, I have had to talk to a lot of people who don't know, and they say that's where they get their information from. And Donald Trump has actually been able to activate and energize that demographic in the electorate, which could put him over the top. And so you don't listen to them anymore.
There was a couple of Joe Rogan interviews that threw me off a little bit a couple years ago. And then you looked up the names and who these people are, and you're like, well, this guy's an obvious white supremacist or a race scientist. And you're like, how did we get here? You're so confused.
The fact of the matter is, many remain. And I have said this, it feels like 5 million times at this point. But in order for us to break through and also break the shackles of the capitalist ruling class, because we are absolutely, positively living in an oligarchy in this country, it is to unite the working class. It is to unite the Tim Pool listener. It is to unite with the Jillian Michaels listener. It is to unite with the Joe Rogan listener. How exactly do we do that? Broaching the subject, going in softly, and, as some have even told me and many others, finding that one breaking point. We discussed this previously on a different video. Finding that one point of discontention from somebody in the MAGA wing, Republican wing, etc., and trying to explore why they feel that way, having a pipeline then that could lead to other subjects and other issues, that you could possibly find a connection with. Because once again, if we do not try to find a way to unite with these people, we as the working class will forever be essentially enslaved to the top 1%. For the Tim Pools, the Jillian Michaels, the Benny Johnsons, I see through this. We have known this long enough. We have studied this long enough. And I have seen all of this now, repeating over time. And even though I do not believe everything that she says, the Ashley St. Clairs of the world, and even using her as an example, how these people are in cahoots with one another. According to her, there are group chats where those in independent media, influencer media, are speaking with folks who are not just top Republicans as simply politicians, but also those in the administration. These are problems. And once more, if you take away their audience, they have nothing, whether it is in media or even politically.